Well, after the Bradley Central game, our season ended because we did lose. But at least we made the quarterfinals. So now because our season's over, I must now make a season recap of the entire season that we went through. From week 1 to the third round of the playoffs. Every single game explained. This is all Sports Pass Podcast West here. If you want, it's not required. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want, also subscribe to All Sports Pass Podcast Northeast. He'll be making a Dibs season review as well. From game 1 to where they got eliminated by Greenville in the round 2. But enough about Dibs. Let's go to Bearden. Just a reminder that most of these images that you're about to see are they are owned by Dog Report on Instagram. I do not own any of these images, so if you want to follow them on Instagram, feel free to do that. Anyways, after a couple scrimmages with Alfred and Halls and the jamboree this Dibs, we finally took on West for the first game of the season. It was on a Saturday, and I wasn't there because I was at St. Louis. However, we were looking very good in the first half, but then we choked it all away in the second half. To be fair, it is West. They're going to be 5A state champions anyway. But we should have beaten them. I don't know how we couldn't beat them. It was a very close match, though. So, I was hoping that we could redeem it. One-way touchdown was by Jaheim Merriweather. And he's technically the MVP of this game if it wasn't for West winning. So, yeah. For our next game, it was a surprise. It was against Alcoa, a team we have not faced in over 63 years. And all this time, they were a very good 3A team. In fact, they've won so many. They have the most state titles in all of Tennessee football. Once again, we were close to beating them. However, Alcoa pulled it off at the very end and won the game for the Tornadoes. Once again, in back-to-back weeks, we tried beating a state champion. That unfortunately did not work, and we lost at Alcoa 17-13. And we were still 0-2. And hopefully we would redeem ourselves in this Anderson County next week. And that is going to be the next game we'll be talking about. And the first game I went to this season, it is the Anderson County Mavericks, the defending 4A state champions. As you guessed it, we're playing another state champion team as a non-district. This time, though, we had home field. This time, though, we won. And it probably either wasn't close. I mean, we did win by a good lot. We were kind of struggling in the first half, but we came out strong at the very end. Which is the opposite of what we did in the last 2 games. But hey, it's all worth it. We beat the 4A state champions. I mean, Anderson County did start 0-2, and then after this 0-3 start, they started winning a lot of games. Almost beat West, but they lost. And they ended their season against Greenville. They lost to them too. So yep, Bearden would take their first win of the season, and their first of many. Moving on to our first district game, and the team I hate the most other than Farragut, the Hardin Valley Academy Hawks. That same team that somehow went undefeated until they lost to Halls, which I'm still confused on how they did that. However, even with home field, they still got blown out by a lot. So Hardin Valley still sucks. I'm not trying to make fun of any team, but the team I would make fun here is obviously Hardin Valley, since I was in the Hardin Valley Academy, but I made the good move to go to Bearden instead. Dominating the entire game, we kind of were struggling in the first quarter until we just straight up done. Beat Hardin Valley by a lot. And not only do we continue our streak against those fraudulent Hawks, we're undefeated in the district. So, yeah. Note that I didn't find a good picture for this store. I found it on Max Flips for a screenshot. Anyways, other than Hardin Valley, my second most hated team is our huge rivals, the Farragut Admirals. And I think they've owned us ever since. However, now is our time to strike back. It was a Thursday game, rivalry Thursday. The second one of the season, or first Thursday game of the season. It was a close game all the way. However, at the very end, star running back Jason Thompson carried for a TD for us to win the game, beating Farragut for the first time since 2018. This personally was a game I enjoyed very much, as we have not beaten Farragut in a good amount of time, and we rarely do beat Farragut. So, this is a good win for us. Farragut would go on to win 2 more games, and they did not have a good season. They missed the playoffs. Other than the fact they beat Maryville for the first time since 1991. That's a bit insane right there. Speaking of Maryville, that's who our opponent was next. I said Farragut hasn't beaten them since 1991. We actually beat them more recently, since we haven't beaten them since 1993. In fact, we had more wins over Maryville than Farragut in history. Anyways, close game throughout the entire game. In the fourth quarter, I actually thought we were going to pull it off, till we missed the game-winning field goal. And somehow, someway, Maryville did not go over a somehow impossible win at the last drive of the game. They sent it to overtime. Just note that we haven't had an overtime game since West in 2019. First drive, Bearden does get stopped a couple times, but then gets in for the touchdown, and the field goal was good. Then for the moment of truth, Maryville had the ball. They wanted in for the touchdown. That's what happens. They dove for 2. And as you know, West Ain't is probably never good. You might lose the game. And that's exactly what happened to Maryville. They used whoever, or even Andrew Walker. Usually Price Davis is their starter, but they used him instead of Davis. I don't know why. He tried to run it in, but he got stopped by Ironside and Ross Elder. And that's where Bearden got a win over Maryville for the first time in 30 years. Footage is in the Bearden Maryville clips video if you want to look at that. The only 2 teams to have beaten Maryville before us was Bradley Central and West. And by the way, before they lost to Cleveland last year, they have almost never lost a district game. They've had a long streak of wins against district opponents. And to be honest, I thought we were going to go far in state now that we've beaten them. But for our next game, homecoming. Not really a lot was in this game. Other than that, there was homecoming. And, of course, we were still undefeated in the district. And, of course, we won 38-21. Dominated the entire game. But it just wasn't enough for us. And with this, we are 4-0 in district. Will we possibly win district this year? 2 non-district games up next. Also, it was homecoming. I don't usually have homecoming. But, in my clips video, Cleveland, most of the clips were homecoming. So, if you want to look at that, go check it out. Also, a reminder, all these games going past, Anderson County, these games that I went to, except for, 2 of them. So, of course, don't get surprised if you see clips from me from those games. I'm into another exciting non-region game. This time it is Oak Ridge. Non-region games don't really determine if we make the playoffs. But, if we get top 4 in the district, we make the playoffs. Anyway, once again, another exciting game. It is Oak Ridge at Oak Ridge. This wasn't an overtime game, but it was a close game without a doubt. And we did pull away for the win. I was worried we were going to lose, but we did pull it out. Defense did not do very great in this game. I think this may be one of their worst performances yet, as they did give up 29 points. However, we still were able to win with our offense being good. Do I really have to talk about this game? Morristown West was a boring opponent to play nevertheless, and I knew we were going to win this game. Dominated the entire game. There were some parts where we struggled, but we still were able to win by 10 points. I did think they were going to win by more, but a win is a win. After we beat Cleveland, we knew we were going to be in the district championship game at this Bradley Central, another very good team. However, instead of us dominating, Bradley Central dominated the entire game. Boot orders just straight up unstoppable. We could not stop him at all. And we got blown out by 32 points. Also, this is one of the 2 games I'm going to talk about I did not go to. it was too far away at that time, and it was a Thursday game. Yes, this was a lively Thursday game. I don't know why they chose that over West and Powell, but whatever. Even with a loss, this still meant we were going to host a playoff game. However, we do not have the 1 seed, so we don't straight up have home field advantage for the entire playoffs. And this is where we move on to Dobyns Bennett, a team we usually play in the playoffs. I don't know why. However, this is our first home playoff game since 2015. So, was it good? Was it all worth it? Yes. Dominating the entire game. Did not even allow a single point. We just straight up dominated. Unfortunately, this would be our last home game of the season. So, on to away games, I guess. On to the next playoff game. This is the second of the 2 games I did not go to. Somehow it was too far away from me, I guess. And it's the Jefferson County Patriots, a team who we originally had as district. Now they're apparently a good team. Who knows why? Again, very close game. However, apparently he won twice. Jefferson County missed a game-winning field goal, and they could not pull in a Hail Mary at the very end of the game. So, twice a win, I guess. As said, our next game will be another away game. And you will not believe who it's against. It's a rematch at Bradley Central. The same team who we lost by 32 points. Our season's over. This time, we kinda did good in the first half. We actually had a close game. However, once again, Boot Carter had that dart in him in the second half. And we once again lose in a blowout, this time by 21 points. That is the same team who we lost to before in the quarterfinals. This would be the end of our season, but there is many more to come. I can only hope that we can get more wins and go farther next year, with our quarterback Drew Parrott being a senior this time around, and just Jason Thompson being a junior. We also got many more freshmen and sophomore coming in as new players, so that's going to be good. And hopefully this time, we do beat West and Alcoa at our home stadium. We probably will beat Bradley Central at home since they might not have Boot Carter anymore, but it still takes a good chance to beat them. On to next year. Anyways, before I go, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to All Sports Pass Podcast Northeast. Also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. Make sure to like as well. West signing out.